Hello, Libra, and welcome to your Libra horoscope for the time of Sun in Scorpio. This is October 23rd through November 22nd, 2014. This is by Gaia Blooming with Mimi and Mike. And Libra, this month you are in your second house, and the second house is about your value, finding your value and letting your talents really come out and into fruition. First, I want to mention a few dates of the shiftiness. So, on October 23rd, Venus, the Moon, and the Sun are all moving out of your sign, out of Libra, and into Scorpio. And this is also heralding a solar eclipse in Scorpio. And this is all on October 23rd. Mercury goes direct in your sign on October 25th. Woohoo! We're still going to be in the shadow period, but at least it's going direct. We have Mars shifting into Capricorn on October 26th. We have a full moon in Taurus on November 6th. Mercury shifting out of your sign and into Scorpio on November 8th. Neptune moving direct in Sagittarius on November 15th. And then Venus moving into Sagittarius on November 16th. So that's your shift if you want to put that in your calendar. But check out the daily horoscope if you want any details on any of that. And so this month, with the Sun in Scorpio, the theme is transformation. And I think there's a lot of subcategories that come under transformation: sex, death, rebirth, boundaries, and power. But I think transformation for me is the big key ticket for the time of Scorpio. And I think it's really interesting, this transformation, this theme of death and rebirth. This time of year, it's really interesting. In the northern hemisphere, we have the trees becoming bare, the leaves dying and falling off. So there is the element of dying. But in the southern hemisphere, it's the element of rebirth as the flowers and the leaves all come and are at like their peak. They're so bright and bushy and beautiful, being reborn. And so we have this happening in our world. We have this happening in our body on a daily basis. Cells die, our skin, our skin cells fall off. We shed our skin and have new rebirth. So it's a really important theme. I think there's a lot of us, death can, trigger us. And it's important to recognize how important it is in the cycle of things. This month, I think, you are full on in the rebirth process of coming out to yourself. This has been a big year for Libras. You guys had Mars in your sign for a really long time. And so this is really... You had this time of really figuring out who you are, what's your passion, what drives you. And now that you know that, it's time to step up and own your value. Be like, hey, this is who I am. This is what I'm worth. These are my talents that I'm bringing. So let your talents come out, the second house style, big and shiny, reborn. The uncovered truth of who you are. Sometimes that can be, hard for Libras to show all parts of yourselves, but recognize that there is value in every part of yourself, just as there is value in the trees, losing their leaves, us shedding our skin. There's value in every part. So let that come out, big and shiny. I'm imagining you blooming, Libras, like big, hibiscus flowers. I'm picturing hibiscus flowers. They're just like kind of gigantic and just open and show every part of themselves. And when I was thinking about Libra, this little phrase, I can't remember where it's from, but it's basically be humble because you're made of dirt. Be noble because you're made of stars. This is the energy of Libra in the second house. Really recognizing all the parts and stepping up. Be like, yep, that's who I am and this is what I do. So don't be afraid to, really value yourself. Show your talents. Allow the abundance to come in for you. Our abundance really is tied into how much we value ourselves. So this is your month to show that off, Libra. So let yourself bloom and be shown. And how we have Libra Mike to help us with this.
Thanks. I mean, you said it beautifully, but from my own experience in the past bit, yeah, I've really discovered more of myself, and I feel more secure in myself than ever. And it only makes sense now to be working on this value of self, because now that I understand more of who I truly am, that self-value is needed, because then once I understand that, I'm able to attract things that are on my level, on, you know, on my plane. So that's the whole use of the second house, is to utilize this and understand that you are value, and then create value in your life and have that come towards you. And so in regards to me, I've stepped into understanding more of who I truly am and the roles that I need to take on in life and whatnot. And I know things will be absolutely provided to me this month and afterwards, so long as I implement this and understand that I am worthy, and, you know, and I do deserve everything that's, well, I deserve that for what I am. I mean, we can just really get exactly what we need to. Like, it's almost like the universe is writing a blank check for you this month, but only if you really understand exactly who you are. So we've refined that enough, and I really wish all the Libras the best on this, because I feel like if you don't understand yourself by now at this point, with all the crazy activity that's been going on with us, I mean, well, you still got time. I mean, you still got time to develop your self-worth and really get onto this. So really just get into it. Get into you and understand what you really want in the world. And you really, you know, will be able to develop yourself a bit more. But most importantly, just work on this value. Work on really, truly appreciating and loving yourself and knowing that you are worthy. So the mantra for this month is, I am worthy of everything I desire. I honor my light.
Honor your light. And I want to mention, I forgot this before, I was recommending, I think yoga is tied really beautifully with astrology, and there's a pose called corpse pose, or savasana, where you're basically just lying flat on the ground. And if you're having any issues with your value, getting onto the ground, knowing that humbleness because you're dirt, being on the ground with that dirt, and then looking up at the stars and recognizing yourself in the stars, let that be part of your value contemplation this month, and I think that could help you move forward a few levels at least.
Oh, that's perfect, actually.
I like it. So have a beautiful second house. Know yourself, Libra. Love yourself. And enjoy this time in Scorpio. Namaste.
Namaste.